Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel. It's the German Tier 6 SPG, and we're located on the west spawn of Sand River. And the commander of this vehicle is Talon 1958, and you can see he's got his first mark of excellence. And if you've seen the video, he got it recently. Okay, battle has commenced. Now he's got a 15cm Arty howitzer there. In fact, actually, it's the same howitzer you'll find as the Top Gun on the Grilla. It's actually very effective. It's got a very good trajectory, decent performance in terms of striking the enemy, quite a good reload, about 20 seconds or so, and it does provide some stun, but very, very little. And it's actually quite a good gun to have, and most Unicums, Super Unicum Arty players will actually use this howitzer in preference to the Top Gun on the Hummel because it's a better Arty piece. Well, he fires a round there at the tank, which is just moving out of... yeah, he missed the Samoa 50 there. It just moved forward as he fired, so he missed it. And he's dialing in on a Tiger 1, but he's on the move, so you're going to have to do a leading shot on that. And this is a problem with the Hummel, is that you do have a narrowish field of fire, which means obviously you suffer from reticule bloom every time you move your aim point. Okay, going for an Oni, which should stop very shortly, but he's lost sight of it. Now, I should remark that the Hummel is actually German for bumblebee, and the German army, or the Wehrmacht, had a habit of actually classifying their artillery pieces after insects. That's why the Vesper is actually a wasp, and the cricket, or rather the Panzer is actually known as the cricket, or grasshopper, and he's just wiped out that AMX 1375, 357 hit points. Well, Hitler didn't like the main Arty of the German army being called a bumblebee, so he actually asked for them to change the name. And so they actually, from there on in, they just called it by its standard German classification name or serial name for the vehicle. But of course, we still know it as the Hummel. Well, he fired that while it was still, the reticule was still full, so that's why the target missed. And it's just so many targets and they keep disappearing from him. I'm afraid his team's doing a terrible job of spotting, which is making it life very difficult for him, because the moment he sees the target he can shoot at, it disappears again. So he's moving forward. That's not exactly going to help him get shots on these targets, but it might enable him to fire at targets which are further away. Yeah, it's the ARL. It's out of range as well. Yeah, it looks to me like he's going to have to move even further forwards because most of the enemy are at the east side of the map and they're just out of range of this short 15cm howitzer. That's the main problem with it. It does have a relatively short range. It's a good gun, but it's very short range. Of course, the Top Gun does have the range of the entire battlefield, but it's not as good. Trajectory is not as good. Fires at the Samoa. Good shot. Yes! It hits the front of the Samoa. He aimed just far enough ahead so that the shell would land on it when it moved back into the trajectory. He's still going for the Samoa, waiting for the reload to complete. It looks like it's engaged in trying to shoot at enemy just further up the dune. Round out. Should hit it. Oh, well, the target was killed just before the shell arrived, so he doesn't get anything off that one. Again, he's looking for targets, can't see any. I think there's an SU-100. Yep, there you go. Sees that. He's almost loaded, and... oh, the target disappears just as he's about to shoot, but he hits it! The shell disappeared, no explosion, so he definitely hit the SU. There's a T-28 prototype there, right next door to that ARL wreck. And it looks like the SU-100 was taken out. We're ahead by 3 tanks at the moment, going for the T-28. So he tried a leading shot, but the T-28 actually went forward just after he fired. So that tank driver knew how to evade an Arty shell by being unpredictable. Here we've got a Hellcat in the dunes. Now he's looking to try and find a shot. So I think he's going to stop to shoot any second. Round out. And good splash. 164 hit points, and he stopped to shoot, and we're not loaded. Now would have been the perfect opportunity to get a kill shot if we've been loaded, but obviously you can't be sure when they're going to stop. And I think that was the M44 getting the kill. T-28 prototypes going over the dune, and yes, that's a hit. 65 hit points. It definitely hit him, and it looks like it hit the turret as well. There's a yellow mark on the side of the turret. Now these mods I use actually show the impact point of the Arty round as a yellow stain or a yellow hole if it actually penetrates. But unfortunately we lost the P43 tur there. And we get another hit on the T-28. This time 212 hit points. Oh, and he's killed immediately afterwards. He was taken out by our Su-8, the other Arty on the game. Now, there's only 3 Artys, a tank destroyer and a heavy tank left on the enemy team. We've killed all but 5 of the enemy, and we've still got 7 on our team. And we're just looking for where the enemy Arty might be. There's one of them, the M44. He may not know that he's been seen. If he reacts, then we do know. Ah, he's just been killed, and he was taken out by our KV5. There's an Oni. That's the heavy on the enemy team, the remaining heavy. And we're waiting for the reload to complete. That's it. Aim ahead where it's going to go so you can predict it. We change direction. That's it. Round out. And he moves forward right into the shot. 191. He did jinx to try and throw the shell off, but it didn't work because Talon got it exactly right. Right, there's one of the Arty, the Su-8. And he's stationary to take a shot. Just adjusting. We're almost ready to fire. Oh, and our Su-8 kills their Su-8 whilst he's stationary. Going for the Oni again. Fires a round in. Oh, yeah, lands just behind him. But I'm sure that would have splashed him. I'm absolutely certain that would have done some damage. The Su-100M has been seen. There's the Oni. Work out where it's going to go. Okay, he's pulling back. That's it. Round out. Yes! And he gets the kill shot. 143 hit points. That's his second kill. There's only 2 enemy remaining. The Hummel and the Su-100. And there's the Hummel. And it's got the long gun, the top gun. And there's the Su-100. He managed to kill the attackers in the riverbed. And he was hugging the wall to try and go unspotted. But he's still visible. And now he's gone invisible. Unspotted. Well, and all that action, now all we've got left is one heavy who's in near the enemy cap area to spot the Su-100. The Hummel was killed, he was taken out, so the enemy only has that one tank left, and he's more than likely going to come around this corner because the KV is moving towards the cap. We're indicating that that's where we're targeting, hoping that the KV5 will then enter the cap, force the Su-100 to come out. Meanwhile, the Su-8 and the M44 are moving as far east as they can get to get as close to the enemy cap. If they spot the Su-100, they'll probably stop to take aim and shoot. In the meantime, we're holding our aim. It's very likely that if the M44 spots the Su-100, and he might, then he might try to get a shotgun kill. But obviously that probably wouldn't be advisable because the Su-100's got pretty tough armor, and if he does try to a shotgun with the Su-100, he may come off worse. What they need to do is get into the cap and force the Su-100 to come to them. Okay, there's the SU-100. He come out the other end of the riverbed. And it looks like he's headed this way. Round out. Oh, no, it lands behind. He didn't give enough lead. He's moving rather rapidly, that SU-100, and he's coming this way. Well, the other Arties need to get into the cap quickly, and then they can attack the SU-100 from behind, and Talon's going to have to act as the bait this time. That SU-100 is definitely headed this way. Okay, they're capping. The SU-8's in the cap. They'll either force the SU-100 to turn around and head back to his own cap, or we'll see him very, very shortly as he comes this way. But he'll probably try to shoot at Talon before he does. The KV-5 and the M44 are moving along the escarpment above the riverbed. But we can't see the SU-100. He's disappeared. I wonder if he's gone into the town. He may have gone into the town. And he may be making his way back to the cap to get the a reset. Well, it looks like Talon's going to take matters into his own hand, and he's going to go hunting the SU-100. Oh, there he is! Oh my gum! He went north! That's unusual. That is very unusual. Didn't expect that at all. He's trying to line him up for a shot. Round out. And that's a direct hit, 129. And he's finished off by the M44. I'm surprised the M44 didn't see him as he was going along the top. But good play by the SU-100. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats, and it's a first class tanker for Talon 1958 in the Hummel. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12, and a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other team members. And let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he did get the highest damage on his team. He didn't get the highest damage overall. He got 1,911 hit points of damage. The SU-100 managed to get the highest damage overall. He got 1,997, but he didn't pick up the high caliber because he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit points. When it came to kills, it was the M44 who managed to get 3 on his team, and the SU-100 managed 3. So did the enemy Hummel. And then obviously Talon managed to follow up with 2, as did numerous other players on his team. When it comes to base XP, it was the M44 who scored the highest, 1,226 hit points. He did do some kill stealing during that battle, so he snapped in and picked up some of the kills that Talon just set up and just damaged, like the T-28 and several other tanks. So good work for the M44 in terms of identifying a target that was being targeted already and hitting them and taking the kill. But still Talon managed to make 918 base XP off that, and the Tiger 1 finished up with 825, followed by the SU-8 at 753. He fired 19 rounds during that battle. He got 9 direct hits, 9 penetration, and 5 splash. Damage of 1,911 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, but killed 2, so there's the 6 difference that made him the Confederate. And he also did 546 hit points of stun assistance off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 46,266 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly cheap for this Arty, he took away 36,671. He also picked up 21 bonds. Now, I'm pretty sure that the Confederate is just 1 bond, so I think he got the other 20 bonds for a mission completion. So, congratulations on getting that. He also earned 1,377 XP, times 4 for the first victory of the day, so he took away 5,508 XP altogether. As he said in this video, wrecking everyone in sight. Well, yes you were, and it's a win 8 of 3632. You were hitting as many targets as you could, but the problem was that your team wasn't spotting the enemy well enough to enable you to do the damage as quickly as you'd like. And really, if you see an enemy disappear, it can sometimes be worth chancing that last shot, and you did that on one of your targets, and actually you did hit him, the SU-100. As he was backing away, you got that shot in, and it did work. So if you see a target that's backing away and you can't see him anymore, he's just gone out of sight, try the shot, because he might still be there, and you might get him after all. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.